The best and most powerful you begins right on the other side of this video. You ought to watch it. Do I have what it takes to be the man and live the life God put me on this earth to live? That is one of the 5 top questions that every man must ask himself during his life. Do I have what it takes to be the man and live the life that God put me on this earth to live? Listen, if you want to define the entire masculine journey, you can talk about it in just 2 words. Those 2 words are seeking validation. Men, we look for that in everything we do from a very young age all the way through the time we check out of this earth. We are looking for validation, and there's three different places. There's our personal lives, right? We look for validation in the stuff that we have, the women that we date and marry. We look for it in our professional lives and our careers. Today, we're going to talk about the importance of understanding spiritual validation. 3 different places again. Personal validation, professional validation, and spiritual validation. Do I have what it takes to be the man and live the life God put me here on this earth to live? Hello, my name is Mark Mascola. Let me welcome you to Masculine to the Core and the Man in the Arena podcast. If we haven't met yet, man, let me tell you, I'm glad you're here. I'm grateful to be here as well. You know, everything that we do here at Masculine to the Core is to help men become more God-centered and fulfillment-driven. And here on Masculine, the Man in the Arena podcast, we like to put out content that helps men understand how to be, again, more God-centered and fulfillment-driven, but understand more about their masculine walk with God. So today's session, we're going to talk about something that came right out of the book, Masculine to the Core, section 403, validating the 3 selves. So the word awakening, right? When I talk about masculine to the core, the great awakening of God's men to their true identity and purpose. The word awakening means to become suddenly aware of something. And I'm going to go ahead and add that's been there all along, waiting for you to discover it. In all of the things that I talk about on this podcast, whether you're listening to it or watching the video portion of it, whether you've read the book, whether you're part of what's going on with our men's mastermind alliance, we always talk about this very thing and understanding the validating the 3 selves. Again, the great awakening means something there waiting for you to discover it. Today, we want to talk about that thing. Man, it's a great gift, and we're going to talk about it. On the 7th day of creation, back in the book of Genesis, you know, God took the day off. He rested. Why? It was the fulfillment day, right? He was pleased with what he had done. He was pleased with what he had created. On the 7th day, he rested because it truly was the validation that what he did was awesome. Matthew 3, chapter 17. A voice comes from heaven. This is my Son in whom I am well pleased. The Son, throughout the Bible and all of spiritual teachings, all of anything surrounding Christianity, you'll hear the concept of us being sons of God, right? Or us being brothers in Christ. So here's the question. When God looks down on you in the way you're living your life, does he say, this is my Son, blank, and fill in your name here. This is my Son in whom I'm well pleased. When we talk about seeking validation, in whom I am well pleased is the ultimate validation. Let's look at all the places in our lives where we look for that, right? We look to fill in that blank. From our wives, this is my husband in whom I am well pleased. From our children, this is my father in whom I am well pleased. From our siblings, this is my brother. From our employees, our boss, this is my friend, this is my neighbor, this is the leader of our group. And the list goes on, right? In whom I am well pleased, again, is the ultimate in masculine validation. I talk about it in the book and I talk about it all the time. We as men, we live these lives where all of us are living out this modern day David and Goliath type story where every single day there's multiple arenas the battles that we have to fight. And we travel from arena to arena to face these giants in our the enemy who is trying to destroy our marriages. He's trying to destroy us as a father. He's trying to destroy us financially, right? We go from arena to face these giants in every single day. You face a giant that his number one desire is to make you quit. He just wants to take you out. He wants to take you out before you discover how powerful God created you to be and to become. And in all of the areas, all of the arenas that you fight these battles, the enemy is going to claim any of the territory that you're not willing to fight for. Fight for your wife, not with her. Fight for your kids, not with them. We have to be ready. In all of these battles we fight, the enemy is going to attack. In all the battles, he attacks us in three places. And that's what we're going to talk about as it relates to validating the three selves. The attack of the enemy always comes at our self-worth, our self-confidence, or our self-image. There's lots of men who go through this world feeling unworthy. They feel unworthy because of things that they've done, right? We all have skeletons in our closet. We all have past. We all have things that we'd like to forget that we thought or that we did. We'd like to erase those things out of our lives, but we just can't. But here's the thing that you have to understand. Your self-worth is not up to you. Your self-worth was given to you at birth. When God created you, he created you worthy. The definition of grace is the free and unmerited favor of God. You have to understand that God created you worthy. This great gift he gave you in an instant, and you will spend a lifetime discovering its value. Self-worth is not up to you. It was up to God. He deemed you worthy when he created you. So here's the truth about this self-worth thing. Men who struggle with self-worth has allowed the enemy to control the space between them and God. They feel unworthy because the enemy has claimed the ground between you and God, the space and what I call the void. We this whole concept of our separation from God, we go through life feeling like we're separated from something. God is always constant. He always wants us back, but we will always feel unworthy of God if we allow something to get between us and God. Just like the story of Adam and Eve, right? Adam felt unworthy because when God walked back into the garden and said, "Hey dude, what's up here?" Adam hid. He felt unworthy. And so the concept of this space between us and God and our worthiness, right? You hear it, you can even hear it in the Christian message. Lots of times we hear it in church. "Man, you are a worthless sinner." Well, let me tell you, brother, you may be a sinner because there's only one man that ever walked this earth free from sin, but you are far from worthless. So when I talk about validating the three selves, I just told you the three places in all the arenas, right? The three places that the enemy always attacks us: our self-worth, our self-confidence, our self-image. Here are the three validations that you have to learn to say. And if you'll do this, this will change your life. If you say these three validations, the word validate means to confidently affirm. You in your conscious brain needs to tell your subconscious every single day these three affirmations, these three validations. And here they are. I'm going to give them to you in three short sentences. Self-worth, I am. Self-confidence, I can. Self-image, I become. Self-worth, I am. You were born in the image and the likeness of God. He gave that to you. Self-confidence. God created you worthy, but in the confidence thing, just like the story of David facing Goliath, he was confident that however that battle was going to be fought, he was going to win it because he knew that he had invited God into the battle with him. Look at the arenas of your life that you struggle with. How would they change in your self-confidence if you invited God into that arena to fight with you? Not fight for you. You got to fight the battle yourself, but fight with you to know that he has given you the tools. You know, it talks about in the Bible, let no weapon formed against us prosper. That's what we're talking about. Build a powerful, positive self-image. You were born worthy. Be confident that you can when you put God in the arena with you, not to fight for you, but to fight with you, and build a powerful self-image in the power of the Creator, right? You were born in the image and the likeness of God himself. Self-worth I am, self-confidence I can, self-image I become. And here's the last part of it. I am a more powerful me because of my most powerful God. We need to validate our true identity. We need to quit asking ourselves what's wrong with us, right? The great lie tells us that there is something inherently wrong with us as men. We have to validate what is right with us. We have to know our core strengths, our core values, the things that God gave us that, number one, makes us unique, but number two, has us live a life that honors God. It's time to validate who we are and whose we are, right? I am a more powerful me because of my most powerful God. Anytime you feel lost, anytime you feel frustrated, anytime you feel angry, anytime you feel unsure, anytime you feel like the enemy is getting a stronghold, say that affirmation and validate. Self-worth I am, self-confidence I can, self-image I become. I am a more powerful me because of my most powerful God. We have to develop the strengths of discipline, resilience, optimism, and mental toughness. Honor our God-given values of personal and spiritual growth and service to others. We talk about it all the time here at Masculine to the Core. Live by the 5 commitments, a man's 5 commitments. Be willing to do more, to become more, to have more, to serve more. Hey, if what we do here inspires you to be more God-centered and fulfillment-driven, step into this arena. Be sure and subscribe, and we will see you on the next video. Till next time, go be the best and most powerful version of you, the man God created you to be and become. Bye for now.